Get ready for the Kamidoku podcast. Starting now. Thunder, take you!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back for another Kamidogu special. It's your boy, Toasty, and I'm joined here with the once ketchup connoisseur, the man who was so passionate about his product that he could sell a ketchup popsicle to a woman in white gloves. But now, he's the newly renowned Johnny Cage fan. I give you Justin McCage.
You got
How's
caged.
it going, man?
What's going on, everybody?
So today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be doing another review episode. We had a lot of fun the first time around for the Immortal Combat Conquest Warrior Eternal episodes. This time around, we're doing number 3 and 4. That would be Cold Reality, starring Sub-Zero, and Immortal Combat. Unfortunately, as you can see, we do not have our famous Kung Lu. He's extremely busy doing some katas right now. He's trying to practice, get it perfected for his master right now. So we have to respect this, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we do hope to see him in the next one. So with that being said, how about we dive right into it? How's that sound?
All right, let's do
Justin?
it. Yep, sounds great. Let's get into it.
So we're starting the episode, and the very first thing we see is a shot of the Lin Kuei Palace.
Yes.
Beautiful night sky and the moon peering through the clouds. First thing I thought, would have been nice to see like Santa Claus or a rocket ship or something.
Yeah, it's in the North Pole, right? Oh, wait, yeah, the Pit reference. I got it.
Oh, yeah, exactly. In
that
a
would've been
perfect
cool.
world, right?
What's that?
I know I'm... Sorry, go ahead.
No. I was asking, what did you just ask?
I know I'm jumping in the future a bit here with this, but the design of this temple here, it sort of reminds me of 2002's Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance Lin Kuei Palace.
Yes, it does.
Not?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
That Asian architecture is very reminiscent of Deadly Alliance 3D era arenas.
I've always thought this as a kid, but of course, Arctica wasn't even an established location in lore during Conquest stint, and for all we know, there could be a number of these temples across Earthrealm. I would have liked to see like some ice hanging off the building, like the games. That would have been pretty
like
badass.
In the games,
but
or some
but obviously, But in this storyline, cryomancers seem to be scarce, and Sub-Zero in this particular episode is extremely new. Was sort of developing, learning how to utilize his abilities, so it makes sense.
Yep. Sub-Zero is not even established at this point yet. He's still in training. Yes. The Lin Kuei logo.
Yeah, we sort of had that formation on the wall of the traditional Lin Kuei logo, looking good as ever. I actually have a tattoo of this on my neck. I love it that much.
Yeah, and before you go, I bet you people are going to be wondering, who came up with the original Lin Kuei logo first? Was it the show, the comics, or the games? But the fact is that it was this show that premiered this logo first, with the Shuriken in the triangle kind of look. This was the very first time the Lin Kuei logo appeared, and the games adopted it and made it the official emblem of the clan. I did a little digging around and found this out on CubeVise wiki, which I know any fan can edit, but still, it says it makes sense because the early games, Mortal Kombat 1 through 4, didn't have a Lin Kuei symbol yet, and it and Mortal Kombat Conquest came on in 1998, right after Mortal Kombat 4. And so it wasn't until 13 years later that in Mortal Kombat 9 in 2011 was the first game to actually use this logo for the clan. So it took a while, but it's really cool that this show in particular made this logo. They originated it. So I think that's a really, really cool fact there.
No kidding, Justin. I'm actually kind of stunned and blown away right now.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. That's incredible.
Yeah, I had to do a little digging and find out because I was so curious about it. I was like, was it the show that made it look the way it is, the way that we know it? And apparently so. Yeah, it surprised me too.
Damn, dude. Good catch there. Shit. And here we have one of the grand masters of the Lin Kuei. Now, for me, of course, personally, I've always loved that sort of purple coloring on his wardrobe. That being my favorite color. However, they made a deviation here from the video games because in Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero Mythologies, which was released almost exactly
at the
1
same
year
time
before.
Yep.
In October of 97.
Yep.
In the live-action FMVs, the Grandmaster, he also has more of a reddish slash orangish hue.
Yeah.
In most depictions throughout the franchise thereafter, they decided to stick with the Mythologies color scheme. The animated film, Mortal Kombat Battle of the Realms, and Mortal Kombat Deceptions Conquest Mode keeps that continuity.
Yes, it does. Yep. And I'm just gonna give a shout out to Nerd Cage Live with Jay because that's who he looks like to me. He looks like Jay from Nerd Cage Live underneath that hood.
Holy shit! It does look like Jay.
Yes, it does.
Oh my god!
Shout out to Jay,
brother. We love you, man.
Brother.
This is a compliment.
Yeah.
that's badass.
Yeah, it's
wow.
very
I'm
clear
blown
that the
away.
show took inspiration from Mythologies a little bit, but except he's missing the red mouthpiece and the mask, and he's rocking that heavy metal Jay from Nerd Cage Live look.
Oh, that is brilliant. So the next scene here, we have J.J. Perry as Sub-Zero.
Yes.
Or perhaps one can say Bihan. According to the Grandmaster, he has been training his whole life to master his abilities and skills in combat. JJ's doing a pretty neat kata here.
Yep.
And for some of the audience that don't know, JJ also played Scorpion in Cyrax in Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Movie that released in 97.
Yeah. Pretty cool fact there.
Yeah. And there's a close-up of JJ. The Grandmaster is seemingly testing Sub-Zero at this point. The Grandmaster dumps a bucket of scorching hot coals upon Bihan. He then, you see Bihan just instantly soak his hands in a bucket of water. And you can see the crystals sort of smothering his hands at this point.
Yes.
Here we go. Here's a closer look. As he uses this to his advantage to kind of soothe and extinguish parts of his body that are presently burning. And then we get a pretty interesting quote from the Grandmaster. The pain of one mirrors the pain of the other. He suffers, yet learns to endure. It will be soon. Clearly hinting Sub-Zero is on his way.
Yes. Yep, the birth of Sub-Zero is happening right before our very eyes.
Yeah. There he is trying to help himself there. All of a sudden, it seems some unknowing force
mystical
is
force is choking him, like the Force choke from Star Wars.
Yes! Darth Vader choke strikes again! We got it in the first episode via Shao Kahn.
Yep,
but
we did.
Who could it be this time?
Oh, yep, the ancient writing.
I'll let you take this one, Justin.
Okay, well, I've got a surprise for you, Tosi. I didn't tell you this. Is Tapmock99? Shout out to him. He got back to me, and he actually decoded this. We have an actual translation. It is Chinese, and it says Shang Tsung in the writing on the wall. It does. Yep, it says Shang Tsung in Chinese. And I knew it was Chinese because it sort of reminds me of the Kung Lao symbol the warrior symbol on Kung Lao's outfit from Mortal Kombat 2 on the front. So I kind of figured it was Chinese. I tried translating it myself. I couldn't get it successfully. And Tabmock just translated it on his phone and by tracing over it, writing over it. And he got Shang Tsung in Chinese, which is pretty damn cool, I have to say.
Yep. Oh man, Tabmock, you legend. Thank you so much for lending a hand with that. That's a very, very cool thing to hear.
And you'd like that.
But it is...
You've been trying to figure it out since you were a little kid.
Yeah! But I mean, it does stand to reason. It does make sense at the end of the day, because when this starts appearing in the flames and whatnot, you see the Grandmaster just shout Shang Tsung, and him and the entire clan immediately start to bow.
Yes.
And this clearly shows the type of power and intimidation that Shang Tsung can bring towards any faction or clan, in the Earth Realm. So I thought that was pretty neat.
Yeah, and about the bowing situation, it's sort of a mystery because I know that in the first Mortal Kombat tournament, the Lin Kuei send Sub-Zero to the tournament, and his mission is not to serve Shang Tsung, but assassinate Shang Tsung to retrieve powerful artifacts. So Sub-Zero is actually there to kill him. But it just makes me wonder, since this is taking place, isn't this taking place after the first Mortal Kombat tournament? At this scene?
No.
Oh, okay.
Like in terms of the video game, this takes place, like roughly like 500 years before. Like this is like a long time ago. Yeah,
all right, that makes sense. So yeah, the Sub-Zero and the Lin Kuei affiliation with Shang Tsung is different at this time, and it changes later on as the first Mortal Kombat tournament comes in. So yeah, that makes sense.
Absolutely. But no, I like that little fact that you brought up. That is very much true with the first video game. So that's always interesting. Then we cut to a scene with Zero, Kung Lao, and Taja sort of embarking on their quest to the trading post. But here, fixated on Taja, she seems to have some concerns about her decision now. She feels confused and unsure if she's doing the right thing. Taja is also used to constantly traveling, and she was never one to settle. Zero, on the other hand, is comfortable with the trading post, living there much of his life, but he can't shake the concept of training for something he's not even sure exists.
Yes, exactly. That's Mortal Kombat. The Mortal Kombat tournament, he's not even sure if it exists, and he's confused about training the warriors for it. And even Kung Lao is unsure of what he's doing. He's unsure where to find the fighters and what to make them believe. Not sure if Kung Lao is certain about the future, and he believes that they all share this in common. And Taja
100%, man.
Yeah, and Taja and Zero arguing, bickering, just reminds me of Johnny Cage and Sonya too. They're always bickering and fighting too.
Yeah, and here's the three of them. Zero, played by Daniel Bernhardt.
Yeah.
Yeah. And suddenly, we get a pivotal point in the story, okay, where Zero gets the munchies. This is not something to be messed around with. You got to understand that. I mean, perhaps he was toking the devil's lettuce, so he got the munchies, resulting in this tragic story arc. On the bright side, at least his eyes aren't redder than Satan's tallywhacker. Thank God. He's looking okay.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. We transition to something that's very obscure. I can't tell if we're looking at like a brown sandstorm or the inside of
To me, it
my
looks like
toilet bowl
Outworld.
on a
That's
Taco
what
Tuesday.
I first thought when I saw it, is that I thought it was just Outworld.
Yeah, I know. Like it's really hard to make out.
Mhm.
However, tracing back to the debut episode, one can confirm that this is, of course, Zhu Xin. But on a serious note, it's late 90s CGI.
Yeah.
And you'll get these kind of things now and then. Let's see. Oh, yeah, and as a kid there, I remember one little funny fact. On top, on the left of the hill there, I always thought that maybe perhaps that was the Black Dragon headquarters, because we get a close up of their palace in episode 7, Debt to the Dragon, and I remember it looking quite similar to that. I mean, it's just me going wild here to this day, but I mean, you never know, right?
You never know. Master Wen.
We zoom into. Good
it?
catch. You noticed.
Yep.
Very nice. And we get our very first look at, actually, Justin, I believe it's pronounced Master Wang.
Master Wang?
Yes, Master Wang.
As in teleworker?
Don't say it. Don't say it. Yeah, he will actually play an important role in the next episode.
In the next
Immortal
episode,
Combat.
yep.
And a funny fact, they actually reuse this kind of transition shot with Master Wang in future episodes as well, despite his fate in the next episode.
Spoiler alert!
He did. He dies.
He did.
So it's kind of a little oopsies there. Taja enters the trading post. She notices everything looks like it's rummaged through. She suspects thieves. It's in a state of disaster.
One thief to another.
Yes. We have Lin Kuei ninja, or I shouldn't say ninja, Lin Kuei, on the ceiling.
Let's get something straight. I am not a ninja. I am Lin Kuei. Scorpion was a ninja.
Exactly. I had to rectify that. So the Lin Kuei's on the ceiling, doing what I like to call the Spider-Man pose. Let's just hope he doesn't drip blood from a cut onto Taja.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be good.
Dead giveaway.
But surprise, he doesn't. Instead, he got tired of the boring stealth stuff, played a quick round of peekaboo, and clobbers Taja right in the noggin. The Lin Kuei warrior nearly gets a flawless victory, but Taja unexpectedly grabs a hammer at one point, and that's where she gets a good hit.
Yep. And then Zero eventually comes in and saves the day. Here he comes to save the day!
Well said. Yeah, Taja was actually just about to get killed. She was kind of KO'd. The Lin Kuei was going to do a finishing blow, but then,
at first, when I first saw the show, I thought that Lin Kuei warrior was Smoke. Because he's dressed in like a light gray attire, like the classic Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 look. And so I thought it was Smoke, but it's not Smoke. And Zero and Kung Lao defeat the warrior to save Taja, and Zero gives some insight that it's a Lin Kuei warrior with a tattoo on his wrist to prove it. And so, Kung Lao calls them murderers for hire. Zero says that the Lin Kuei kidnapped the children and get trained to kill. And Zero and Taja both figure out that the Lin Kuei warrior was searching the house for a valuable item. And then eventually, the Lin Kuei warrior commits a harakiri.
And where exactly did we see harakiris there later on, Justin?
What's it? Deadly Alliance? Was it Armageddon? No, it was Deception. Right in the middle, my friend. Right in the middle. Deception. Yes.
So it's kind of funny how all those years later, harakiris became an actual thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
And
I
it's a
guess
shame
we kind
that
of get it first here.
Yeah, I wish they would bring those back instead of a what do you call it now? Rage quit. Instead of a rage quit,
Right.
It should be harakiri, in my opinion.
Yes, I completely agree, man. But yeah, so the Lin Kuei snaps his own neck. That's the end of that. Looks like
Yep.
Zero's not getting the information that he wants.
Nope.
Here he is grabbing his neck. Correct.
Snap.
Zero doesn't even know what's coming yet. Look at his smile there. He's
Yeah.
getting so cocky. Kung Lao getting all emotional about the loss of Genevieve, just kind of heading up to her old room.
Mm-hmm.
Then we head to the Cobalt Mines of Shokan.
Yep.
Yeah. You see Vorpax roaming around. To this day, I still find the Cobalt Mines has such a cool look. You see like the
I agree.
skeletons kind of like in the wall there. I love the blue and purplish hue.
Mm-hmm.
They nailed the Cobalt Mines in my opinion.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I agree. I have the same opinion. So, yeah, shout out to Evil Emperor X. When he and I were working on our Mortal Kombat project, we wanted to bring back an interpretation of the Cobalt Mines as an arena, a fightable arena. And so one of these days, I'm going to model the Cobalt Mines and give my own take on it. So I'm really excited about that at some point.
Oh, that's awesome, brother.
Yep.
We have Shang Tsung writing instructions, apparently. But for what? It's never really made clear. But I did find that always interesting.
I didn't know he was writing instructions. I mean, I guess I wasn't paying attention enough. I thought he was just playing with his mystical powers. So.
Yeah. And here, no context for this shot, just 4 packs. 4 packs. Can't go wrong, my friend. Man,
Nope.
She's just a gem.
Yes, she is. She's such a nice person from the interview that I saw with you guys.
Yeah, Tracy Douglas.
Tracy
is an
Douglas.
incredible human being. Yeah. And here we have Shang Tsung. He's elaborating about the Lin Kuei with 4 packs. She randomly gets handsy with Shang Tsung for no apparent reason.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing it's his big muscles or something. But if you look extremely closely in this shot, you also have the mysterious character in sort of the bottom right.
Oh yeah.
I call this guy the water bitch. He's scared for his life. He's shaking and he's holding a bucket of water.
The water bitch. Can't get better than
The
that.
water bitch. He's probably titled that in the IMDb as well. I almost guarantee it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll have to double check on that.
Yeah.
I'll hold you to it.
Let's see here. Yeah. Sheng says he's going to, he has the Lin Kuei rather, set to steal a sacred item.
Mm-hmm.
The object is of immeasurable value and something that has been lost for centuries. An idiot fool by the name of Baron and Juzin discovered it, hid it, despite not knowing what it is.
Yep, the crystal.
Yes, sir. And here you have a shot of Vorpax very shocked because Shang Tsung practically advises Vorpax that let's just say he's going to impale his sorcerer staff into a very specific orifice, thanks to her being extra handsy. So Vorpax just doesn't know what to do. We then transfer to the next scene where we almost get a softcore Mortal Kombat porno. But at some point, Larry Kasanoff said, well, maybe we should end it here. So Shang just has his shirt off. He's ready to get jiggy with it, and he likely walks her into a corner, and you can take the rest from there. Things get really heated.
Bounce, you go, wow.
The good old classic, right? Taja cracked a rib earlier, so she's grumpy. Wants to elope, says goodbye to Zero, but he tries to convince her to stay.
Once a thief, always a thief.
Yep, that you got it, man. She nearly walked away, but as soon as she heard that, she got triggered.
Yep.
Taja's very uneasy about it. She storms back in as Zero is breaking the news to Kung Lao, but she immediately changes her mind. She's staying.
Yep. Smart decision. Such a crucial role to the story.
And here's a day shot of the Lin Kuei Palace.
Of the Lin Kuei Palace, yep. Looks pretty good for 90s CG, actually.
For 98, not bad, this shot. Not bad.
Can you imagine if Conquest was made these days?
Oh, see, that's why, I don't want to expand on it too much, but that's why I think Mortal Kombat in sort of a television format, a series, is most beneficial. Like, they could just really flesh out the lore in such a spectacular way that the movies can't. So
absolutely. And I wish that the Mortal Kombat games would go back to their roots as well, to the Conquest days, and just, make the great Kung Lao a playable character and have us explore his origins some more, and introduce, the ancestors of today's Mortal Kombat characters, and find out stuff that we've never found out before. And I feel like that would be, if they really want to time travel, since time travel is so big these days in Mortal Kombat, it would be more ideal to go back during that very beginning of time and focus on the origins of Mortal Kombat. Why not?
I completely agree. Here we have the Grand Master speaks with one of his warriors, mentioning how the previous combatant did not return. Therefore, he's likely dead, and right now it's best to send 3 others. We get a portal open up directly in front of the Grand Master, and he seems to sort of gravitate towards it.
Pretty cool portal effect for back then, too.
Yeah. Shang expresses his frustration. As we can clearly see, the Grand Master is temporarily within the Cobalt Mines. Shang expresses his frustration, as I said. He does not have any results as of yet, so he's wondering what the heck is going on here.
Shang Tsung and him talk about the crystal in this scene.
Yes. This is where it's revealed. It's the ancient crystal. The means to travel anywhere.
Travel between the realms, And he wants it primarily to escape his imprisonment in the Cobalt Mines and gain freedom from Shao Kahn.
Yes, sir. This next scene, we have Kung Lao desperately looking for Raiden. Very frustrated that he is not responding right away.
Right.
Raiden does show up and says, "What? It's been 5 minutes.
Instant God?
What do you expect? Call and get instant God?" He says, "I can't and won't be here just for you, Kung Lao. My responsibilities extend to Earthrealm
all
and
of
beyond."
Yep, and beyond.
When I had an interview with Jeffrey Meek, this is a particular scene that we had spoken about. I always wished that we could have seen more of Raiden kind of behind the scenes instead of his sort of typical environment here with Kung Lao and so forth. I would love to see more of Raiden's other responsibilities. I would have loved to see him elaborating, conversing with the Elder Gods.
With the Elder Gods in their chamber. Yes, I would love to see that. Or even have Raiden's Sky Temple be featured and have him in his temple. Which I have a feeling, the new Mortal Kombat movie, Mortal Kombat 2, is going to expand on that a bit, which I'm really excited about.
Yes, absolutely. Kung Lao asks Raiden why the Lin Kuei was at the trading post. Raiden says, I don't know. They don't keep me up to date with their plans. And to basically figure it out himself, as what Kung Lao is trying to get Raiden to do is think for him.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this. This is like a classic nod to the 1995 movie, throwing the water at Sub-Zero. Just like Liu Kang
yes.
did.
I'm glad you caught that. That's awesome.
Yep.
It's awesome. Yes, as we can see in the shot at the Lin Kuei Palace, the Grandmaster throws a bucket of water at Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero, of course, uses his abilities to freeze it.
Yep.
You can visibly see that Sub-Zero is in a bit of pain amidst using his abilities. What did you think of that, Justin?
I don't know. I mean, I haven't really thought too much into it. I mean, maybe he's in pain as just part of his development of his character. Maybe, it's just part of the process of becoming Sub-Zero and becoming the next lead warrior.
Precisely.
Yeah, that's just basically what I thought.
Honestly, I didn't mind it at all.
No, I didn't either. I thought that was a nice touch.
I've heard a couple. Yeah, I've heard a couple people before that were kind of iffy about it and thought it was kind of annoying. But no, I think it's a nice touch, and kind of brings it makes sense for the character, really.
Absolutely.
I mean,
it's part of a trial, part of a test.
And these powers haven't been used in a long time. Like, he's slowly getting used to the whole groove of it, and we'll talk later on how the Grandmaster says a very specific line, but we'll get to that when it comes. Back at the trading post, we have Taja and Zero trying to find whatever the heck the Lin Kuei might have been looking for.
Yep, they're searching upstairs. Yep.
But while Taja was looking for the mysterious item, Zero was smoking the devil's lettuce once again as he's rubbing his tummy. He's hungry, guys.
He's hungry. What are you going to do?
See, you got to love that continuity. You got to love the attention to detail. Let's see here. Before Zero has the chance to grab anything that tickles his fancy, Zero and Taja are both immediately knocked out by kicks to the face by these three Lin Kuei warriors. Kung Lao is now facing up against these three warriors. I thought the fight was okay.
Yeah.
What bothered me about this fight was the camera work.
Yeah, the camera work was pretty bad.
It was rough, and it was hard to make out what was going on.
Exactly. There are certain angles I didn't see Kung Lao like actually punching these or kicking these characters.
Yeah. So I think this is one of the weaker fights that we have gotten in the show thus far, if not the weakest.
But it had a strong start because Kung Lao basically threw that bowl at the Lin Kuei warrior's head on the ceiling.
Kabonk!
So, kabonk!
Zero is chasing after the Lin Kuei warriors. They try to elope because Kung Lao towards the end is literally, whipping their ass. Our first shot of Sub-Zero, first proper shot of Sub-Zero. Grandmaster has one of the coolest quotes in the entire television show, in my opinion. It's ageless, yet new, untried, yet deadly. His approach will be as silent as new fallen snow. His attack, as fierce as a winter blizzard. His devastation, as brutal as winter's relentless kill. He is complete. So I always
Sub-Zero's
admired
born,
that
spoken
quote.
like a true Grandmaster.
Yes.
And another reference to the Mortal
Grandmaster-
Kombat movie.
Yes. The Grandmaster states that, they practically do not accept failure. Sub-Zero freezes them to solid ice and ultimately disintegrates them, more or less, when he does a jump kick.
Mm-hmm.
That
Shatters
was
them into
cool
a million
scene, if you ask
pieces.
me. Yeah. Yeah.
Fatality.
Kung Lao and Taja back at the trading post. They are now upstairs, desperately trying to look for this hidden item.
Yep,
Taja accidentally turns a globe and
turns
voila.
the globe. Yeah, a secret drawer opens up.
Yep, a mysterious red crystal emerges from the bottom of the bookshelf. I just want to state I absolutely love the music that plays here by Jonathan Sloat. I think it's so well done. It's got like a mystic, enigmatic tone to it. I thought it was just solidly done.
Mm-hmm.
What's also well done is that this crystal has a surprise return in episode 8, Undying Dream.
That's
where
right.
the same theme plays in the background. So yet again, another nice touch of continuity. Taja twists the crystals open, and in the process, they turn a bright color, and the light is emitting overhead. Clearly waiting for her desire to transport
between realms. Yeah.
But she instantly closes it in confusion, and the light dissipates. Zero storms into the trading post trying to warn the group. Sub-Zero is already at the door. He shoots a projectile. Taja almost gets crushed by a giant falling chandelier.
Yeah.
Zero tries to find the crystal, but gets whacked in the face by Sub-Zero. In this scene, I absolutely love, actually, I think it's by far the best fight scene in this episode.
I agree.
The only con is that it's a little short.
Yeah.
But it was incredible to see Sub-Zero's abilities on full display here. And this shot really interested me because if you notice in this particular projectile, it's like kind of like
Reiko's
ice spikes.
shurikens, like the ninja star move from Reiko. It's kind of like that, but with ice.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. It's been a hot minute, but I think Sub-Zero actually had that same sort of projectile style in the video games as well. I want to say it was Mortal
Kombat 1. I thought it was Mortal Kombat 1.
Was it Mortal Kombat 1?
I think so.
Yeah, where it comes out in like individual spikes like that.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Maybe it was in Mortal Kombat X. I can't think at the moment, but
yeah.
I
But
don't think
nevertheless,
you're wrong
I thought
there.
that was awesome.
Yeah.
Thought that was awesome. And here's another look at the ice spikes stuck inside the trading post entrance door. Now here's a close-up of the mask. Yes, it's still big, it's still bulky.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's perfect, but I'm not saying it's piss poor either. I honestly thought that this mask was exceptionally more suitable to the character. I thought it looked way better than Scorpion's bulky mask in Warrior Eternal.
Yeah, I agree with that
if
too.
you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does look better here.
Yeah, it looks better for sure.
Mostly Raiden doesn't interfere in battles, but in this one, he shows up with his eyes.
Sub-Zero.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sub-Zero kind of gets scared away, instantly flees the scene. Now this is a great scene. I find the lighting and the shadows look really good. I think it's got an awesome ambiance.
Yeah.
And I like the set of dialogue in the scene. This is like one of my favorite moments.
Yeah, it sort of reminds me of you haven't seen Big Trouble in Little China, but it sort of reminds me of when Jack Burton says, "That was not real. Men flying on wires and cutting everybody to shreds," and it just sort of reminds me of that sort of banter that Zero says, men don't shoot ice, and
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, but exactly. I love that whole scene too. Zero's just expressing his disbelief. Mm-hmm. Taja confirms and says, "Well, it wasn't rose petals he was tossing around."
Right?
And then Cyril's like, well, it was a freak storm in the middle of summer. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
And Jeffrey Meek just steals this.
Oh, yeah. He does.
He's an incredible Raiden.
He is. He makes a
confirms
great
to the group-
Raiden alongside Christopher Lambert.
Yes.
He's one of my absolute favorites.
Definitely. He confirms to the group that he's never personally encountered Sub-Zero, but he has seen men
He's
like
seen
him
them.
before. His exact
Yes, in
quote.
action. Yeah.
Clearly
Yep.
throughout all these years, he has had, he's run into cryomancers. So that is kind of a cool touch there. And we get some awesome music playing yet again in the background from Jonathan Sloat. Kung Lao lets it slip that Sub-Zero was after the crystal. Raiden instantly, if you look closely, he instantly teleports back into the scene. He's suddenly behind them, and he's like, crystal? Small? Dark red? And so he insists on receiving it at this point, as it's a very dangerous tool in the wrong hands if they acquire it.
Yeah, especially in the hands of Shao Kahn or Shang Tsung. It could lead to disaster.
Yes. Furthermore, he explains it's a means of travel to any realm. But Kung Lao convinces Raiden, barely, to keep it, and he'll guard it well.
Yes.
Yeah. And then you get a traditional sort of little line from Jeffrey Meek as he leaves. I have a headache.
Classic Raiden.
Yeah. Back at the Lin Kuei Palace, you get the only bit of dialogue, I believe, that Sub-Zero speaks.
Sub-Zero speaks, right. Yep.
Yeah. Send me back, master. I wish to try again. And then the very last shot of the episode.
Cliffhanger.
Which is kind of a cool shot. Yeah. A little bit of a cliffhanger. You see Sub-Zero just sort of
eyeballing the trading post
there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. And I think this is the exact same shot that they use in the sort of the intro credits as well. You see this shot? So that was pretty neat. But yeah,
just realized
that is Cold Reality. So with that one done and out of the way with, we're going to now head to the second episode that we're reviewing. To clarify, that is episode 4, Immortal
Combat. Immortal Combat!
There we go.
Nice shot. Aruga!
We immediately start the episode on a strong note. As not only do we pan to the Cobalt Mines, which is always fun, but we get Vorpax taking a bath. I mean, who the hell can complain?
Yeah, right?
Vorpax gets very angry at Shang for being rude and says, "Don't you ever knock?" I mean, there's absolutely 100% no door in sight, but perhaps she means like, Shang, just knock on some rocks sometime or something. You know? Have some manners. Shang Tsung uses his magical Shang Tsung uses his magical abilities on Vorpax's hand to turn it into Dolly Parton's. Basically,
Dolly Parton's.
Basically, basically, he says there's more where that came from, leading into the intro credits and a tease for what's ahead.
I love this.
Thank you. We cut to the temple in the Order of Light, and for me, I just loved the camera work. I thought it was so well done. The panning, it was so fluid. We get another solid music track by Jonathan that is very suitable, kicking off this episode nicely as we pan to our heroes. And I just loved the little scene between Ciro and Tasha.
Yeah, me too. If you have to suffer through this, I have to suffer. You do too.
She chucks a chunk of candle right at his face.
Looks like he's having a stroke.
Poor bastard. He's looking pretty rattled there. But I mean, I understand. We all know what it feels like to be woken up.
Yeah, especially me.
So yeah, they just had enough. They exit the temple. They're kind of getting impatient. Kung Lao runs down the stairs, confused why Ciro and Tasha left. They explained the whole spiritual awareness stuff just isn't for them.
No, they're just on a bathroom break, that's all.
Yeah. So they disclose that they're heading back to the trading post, and it's also the worst heat wave they've had in a long time.
Yep. Just like Florida, where I live. Oh.
Master Wang!
Master Wang!
Fondling the... wrong word. Not fondling. Holding. He was holding Kung Lao's shoulder, so that's what was going on here. Master Wang notices Ciro Taja forgot the water bottle, so he runs towards them. I also like the little detail of him just bowing to everyone on his trek to get to them. I thought that was a cool little touch.
Very respectful Shaolin monk.
Yes. Master Wang successfully catches them, but he becomes thirsty. So, he drinks the lube water.
The lube?
He drinks the water and returns it to them. Oh, jeez. Sorry about that. I don't know what's going on
Get your
there,
mind
man.
out of the gutter, dude. What the hell?
I'm sorry, man. Oh, my God. Oh. So
Lord.
the monk returns to the temple, but we get a mysterious figure suddenly appear, watching him.
I wonder who that could be.
I wonder. But you can kind of tell by the figure. It's a
yeah,
female,
you can
right?
tell. I knew who it was immediately before she was revealed.
But inside, Master Wang draws his last breath.
Yep. And shrivels.
So as we can see here, Wang is no longer firm. Sorry. Wang is Wang is shriveled, dry, and dirty. He's no longer moist. So that's what's going on here. After Wang ultimately disintegrates in front of their own eyes, Kung Lao chases the mysterious figure we saw earlier into the forest. It's important to note that just before the chase sequence, a monk suggested sorcery was to blame for Wang's death.
Yes. I have notes for that too. Yeah, it says...
absolutely. Go for it.
Yeah,
Justin.
the Shaolin monks and Kung Lao figure out that Master Wang didn't die of old age, and it was not his time to die, and then he quickly decomposes into a skeleton and turns to ash right away, and they said, yeah, it was sorcery.
So ends up the mysterious figure, as to
Is
probably not a
Vorpax.
whole lot of people's surprise, is
No.
Vorpax. Kung Lao looks like he's about to shit himself for some reason. And we get to this, we get to another portal shot here. 90 CGI. Vorpax reports back to Shang and announces the unexpected moment where the monk kind of turns to dust, as you said.
Yeah.
Shang smiles in his confidence and reveals it was entirely his doing, really. Shang expresses his desire to leave, but Vorpax speaks of Shao Kahn's spies that are roaming the mines.
Mm-hmm.
Shang stuns Vorpax by allowing her to see a variation of himself directly in front of her, while in reality, he's actually teleported behind
Behind her, right. Just like Raiden.
He mentions it requires a great deal of energy, however.
Yeah, it does. And so he steals the hunk's soul.
we cut to some steroid dude, and Shang steals his soul. For some reason or another, the gentleman is smiling.
Yeah.
Do you see that?
Yeah.
I don't know
So
why.
weird.
Perhaps he's a masochist, and he's
Perhaps
getting
he
a
wants to
tinkle in
die,
his
and
dinkle.
He wants to die happy.
Do you think he's got a tinkle in his dinkle? I don't know, but he seems extraordinarily pleased.
Tinkle the stinkle. All right then.
then we got Ciro and Tasha, absolutely exhausted from the sun.
The heat. Yep.
Yes, from the heat. They're out of water, which is also not good.
Nope, it's not water. And then Kung Lao looks like again he's gonna shit himself, and he was like, "Oh shit!" Tasha and Ciro took the flask, and
That's it.
starts to head after them.
Yep, you said it.
Oh, I
The
love
monk
this
describes
part.
to Kung Lao that he must meet a woman by the name of Omegus, which is
Omegus.
east of Juzin.
And
Do you have
not just
anything else to
anywhere,
add?
but where? In the living forest, which is I love that reference from the games got put in there.
Yeah, I noticed that. He says very quickly, the living forest, huh?
Yep. That was really
It's
cool.
just too bad that we didn't get a more accurate depiction in the episode.
Right, it was just the woods. It was just the woods. It wasn't there was nothing living about it. There weren't any like trees roaring or anything
Yeah.
like that. So that was a little
But I mean-
disappointing, but I still, appreciate the good old reference to the games in there.
But I mean, living forest, that's ultimately an outworld, is it not?
That's true.
Yeah,
That
so
is
it didn't
very
really
true.
make sense.
No.
Didn't really make sense.
Maybe there's two different living forests, one in the living in Outworld and one in Earthrealm.
Yeah, but I'm glad that you did pick that up. That was certainly interesting. Now, this is actually a gorgeous looking shot, in my opinion. Of Kung Lao sort
Yeah.
of running down that road. I really like the greenery here.
Me
Sort
too.
of that bright, shining light of the compelling sun directly behind him.
Oh, boy.
Unfortunately, by the time Kung Lao arrives, the aging process has already taken place, and
Yeah.
Tasha's slowly morphing into Phyllis Diller with a crusty neck. It's not a good look. Not a good look.
No. That was silly.
And then we get Ciro, who's aged about 2 days with his hair slicked back, so that's not too bad.
Nope. Not too bad. And then he ate some more as they were walking through the woods.
Yes, very much so. Seems to be very, very rapid here. Ciro's hair has grown exponentially. Tasha is looking like she's about to
Grade.
croak there.
Yep.
Ciro talks about how yesterday he was too young to even think about getting old. But he wonders why Kung Lao wasn't affected for a second, but then quickly comes to the realization, because you won Mortal Kombat, right?
Yes.
And yeah, the Elder God's decree keeps him
young. Yep. And then Ciro is already expecting to die in the same day, and then Kung Lao assures them, it's not over as long as they keep moving.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Shang Tsung is revealed.
Yep.
Yeah. This is the first fight scene, literally halfway into the episode. Now, what's unique about this particular episode is it is the only, it's the only one in all of the series that contains 2 fight scenes. The typical formula is always 3. So that's honestly kind of like
okay.
a
I didn't pick
downgrade
up on that.
with this particular one. Yeah. The only episode that doesn't follow the 3 format, excluding this, is Vengeance, which actually has 5.
Oh. Okay, interesting.
As we can see in this photo, clearly that's not Paolo Montalban. I believe this is
Oh
Mike
my gosh, I
Shadow,
just noticed that. Yeah, that's his stunt double for sure.
Yeah. So that's Mike Chat. Sometimes he filled in for Kung Lao's fight scenes, but a lot of the time it was Christopher Lepps. What else do we have here? I thought this fight overall wasn't too bad. It was all right. Much easier to watch than the fight we were elaborating about earlier. With the Lin Kuei.
In the trading post. Yeah.
But what makes me laugh about this fight scene are all the sound effects. Do you remember like some of those guys' sound effects? Oh my god,
leg.
That's a bit. It just makes me bust out laughter. Yeah. They all find they kind of find like this resting point. Taja, Ciro have a hard time moving at this point. And then Kung Lao will head out to find Omijis as soon as possible.
And they've really aged at this point.
Yeah. Now, here's something that I gotta say. They cut to this attempted montage between of the characters discussing their imminent fate, and you see Kung Lao just running in a panic. But to be dead honest, and this is just for me, I think perhaps this was kind of one of the cons of the episode, and quite frankly, a missed opportunity. And what I mean by that is that it was performed way too early in the show. I think this episode would have been more impactful and effective maybe halfway at least in the show, because this way we have bonded to the characters. Right. We know them a lot more. It's just a more logical move, and so that way we can be more emotionally attached to this and feel something. But 4 episodes in, we don't know much about him. Why should we be sad? So I didn't think that was a good move. And furthermore, if it was like halfway into the show or more, it would also kind of, in a way, scare the users, because it's like, are they actually going to die?
Yeah.
But if you're 4 episodes in, it's like, do we really think they're going to die? They're in the intro credits. This thing's just kicking off. They're going to be fine. Nobody's really sad, right?
Right.
So that's just my 2 cents on the whole thing.
Yeah, I agree. And it's right off the bat, it's showing that Ciro and Taja are basically, liking each other and falling in love. And what was I going to say? They're falling in love, and she said, "Did you mean what you said earlier, that I looked good?" And then Ciro said, "Yes, for your age." And then Tasha said, "Yeah, you look quite distinguished yourself." So yeah, it was showing already. It was that they're eventually going to fall in love, and yeah, it was a bit too soon.
I think they've always had an interesting dynamic on the show.
Yeah.
And there is a scene way later in the show. Was it? I think it was Flawed Victory. Yeah, which is the 4th to last episode. So what happens in that episode, for example, is there's kind of like this scene where there's some tension, and Ciro's like, I want a girl, someone like you. And Tasha's like, oh? You know what I mean? So it kind of, I think they've always had an interesting camaraderie.
I agree.
This is our first shot of Omijis. I really liked that she had that sort of decrepit voice. However, what kind of ruins this shot, which is very unfortunate, is that you actually see her face for about a millisecond when the kind of staff isn't covering it. Yeah, you can. And you can clearly see that it's Angelica Bridges, who's just a babe. So she's not this old,
hot,
withered... Yeah, exactly. So that was a oopsies, which is unfortunate.
But I didn't catch it, so maybe other people didn't either.
So I'm glad you didn't. That's good. Immerses you into the scene more.
Yeah, it does.
We also find out in the scene that the guards that Kung Lao had faced off against those were Omijis' guards.
Yeah. I was confused at first when they first appeared, because they would come in from being invisible and then fade out once they were defeated. I was like, who could those possibly be? And then, we later found out that it was her guards, and so that makes sense.
Yes. I'm glad you could complete your train of thought. You probably got distracted here for a bit.
Yeah, you too.
Omijis' robe drops. I'm confident just like everyone is glued to the screen at this point, right? I mean, my goodness gracious. Man, she's so beautiful.
She is.
Kung Lao explains everything that's going on here. With Zero and Taja, how they're rapidly aging, and it's kind of funny to me. Omijis just doesn't give a shit. She just wants to seduce him.
She just wants to seduce him, and she thinks that he fancies her, but Kung Lao was not having it. He felt that saving his friends was more urgent and important, and so eventually she sends him on his way with the anti-aging potion. So. That was an interesting scene.
Absolutely. Gotta love that outfit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and here's the scene. Yeah, hubba. This is the scene, as you were kind of stating, where she just kind of more or less surrenders and is like, all right. Here's your potions. So that's what we have going on here. So Kung Lao now has the potions. He runs back to Zero and Taja, but unfortunately, we see Shang Tsung, who was spying on them earlier, has them held hostage.
Yep,
basically.
hostage. Yep, they're captured.
Yeah. Furthermore, Zero and Taja are also starting to look
really
like
old.
Zombies from the village from Resident Evil 4.
Or
not
like,
a good look. They're even kind of
Barbara and Adam
like
in Beetlejuice. In the first Beetlejuice when they were in their wedding clothes at the end of the movie. That's sort of what it reminds me of.
We cut to a pretty half-decent fight scene. Not bad. Between Shang Tsung and Kung Lao. Obviously, Kung Lao was trying to convince Shang not to engage due to the Elder Gods' rules and stuff like that. Because this is obviously before the next tournament. But Kung Lao gives in to Tsung's torment.
Yep, and Shang Tsung lies defeated on the ground.
Shang Tsung, lies defeated once again. He also very shortly after gets up and limps away. Yes. We have Kung Lao literally force feeding that potion to Zero. And meanwhile, as we can see in this shot, Taja at least has the strength to hold it and take it herself.
And drink it herself. Yeah.
Back in the Cobalt Mines, we have one of the Emperor's guards checking the vicinity to see if he can spot Shang Tsung. He's got a check on him. Vorpax is trying to distract him.
Yep.
Shang Tsung's like just suddenly appears there. And obviously, he's damaged, he's wounded, he's running very low on energy.
Yep.
Yeah. So naturally, what does Shang Tsung do to get his energy back?
He steals a soul.
He steals a soul. So, the Emperor's guard. Screw him. Why not? And as we can
they're
see,
back to normal.
Clear as day, they're back to normal. So that is great news.
Yep. Now this is an interesting scene.
Yes, this is an amazing scene in my opinion. And before we go on with it, I just want to say it's a shame that Kung Lu couldn't be here. He actually mentioned this in the last review episode. I think this is one of his favorite scenes. And I get it. Yeah, me too. This is one of Lu's favorite scenes. It's very, very impactful. As we can kind of see, his face is kind of shrouded here. But he is pissed off. Raiden is about to project
A force ball of electricity.
Yes, a force of electricity at Kung Lao.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll let you take the reign on this one, Justin. Tell us what's going on here.
Well, my take on this is that it makes me wonder if this is the real Raiden, because Shang Tsung, right before this scene, he said, let's go find another. So I'm wondering if this is Shang Tsung disguised as Raiden to attack Kung Lao, because then I feel personally that the real Raiden would not do such a move, and Raiden would, yes, be upset that Kung Lao let Shang Tsung get away, but I don't feel like the real Raiden would resort to attacking him. And so with that force ball, it just kind of threw me off guard a little bit.
Yeah, it seems almost excessive, right?
Yeah.
It almost seems like too much. So no, I'm glad that you picked that up. It does seem extreme, and it's like, my God, is this really Raiden, or is it, you know? So yeah, I think I might have heard that, you know, once or twice before, that is like, is it Shang Tsung? But at the end of the day, I'm pretty confident that you know, of course, it is Raiden. But I think the reason why he kind of went above and beyond here is because, you know, he's not messing around. He wants to make it very, very clear to Kung Lao that, you know, you just put the entire
world
at stake.
At stake. It's at risk.
For 2 meager lives. He's absolutely infuriated. You know, of course, Raiden's not going to kill Kung Lao, but he wants to make sure that he causes him some harm, to wake up and smell the coffee.
Teach him a lesson.
You know, this isn't a game.
Yeah, that makes sense. You're the Conquest expert, so I haven't really thought into it like you have. So
I think that's what was going on there. Now, another interesting little trivia fact, this scene was also supposed to be slightly longer originally. When I was talking to Jeffrey Meek when we had him on the show, he actually said that in this particular scene, he also performs another special ability with his electric powers.
Oh, wow.
Kind of like a specialized kick against Kung Lao. But I think they took it out purposely because even as it's hit Justin, it's like with the projectile, it's like, whoa, that's a step too far. But if you add like this electric kick on top of it, it's like, all right,
yep.
He's gonna kill the guy.
Yeah.
So that's why they cut it out. But I wish we still could have had behind the scenes footage of it, because I would have loved to see what it looked like.
Yeah, me too. I would have liked to have seen that myself.
Yeah. And so then we cut to more or less the very last shot. You kind of get like a high shot after this as well. But this is the last scene. Raiden just speaks his mind, and Kung Lao is just kind of
bewildered.
He's kind of pooped. You know
dazed.
what I mean? He loves his friends. He wanted to save them.
Yep. He
but
made a
at the same
sacrifice
time,
to save them, basically.
Yeah. So I think that was a very, very good scene and one of the highlights of the episode. Of course, that me just wants to stand out as well. Just pointing that out there. But that's kind of a review, breakdown of those 2 specific episodes. But before we end off today's episode, we're also going to give each episode a score. Are you down with that, Justin?
Yeah, let's do it.
Make a rough score. I'll go first there. Cold Reality, number 3 with Sub-Zero. You know what? I was happy that we have such a popular character from the video game franchise.
Me too.
Making his way onto the TV show. I thought that was handled well, quite frankly, with the character, that is. The 2 first fight scenes leave a lot to be desired, in my opinion. I think they're okay, but the camera work's kind of sloppy. And to me personally, even as a kid, I just didn't find them that eye-popping. I didn't find them that, intense or engaging. I thought they were just kind of noisy. But as I've expressed before, the Sub-Zero fight, incredible.
Yes.
Loved how his moves were on full display. I kind of wish it was a bit longer, but budget limitations, things like this. I get it. It's all good. But I do think it was handled well. Now, in terms of the story, I thought it was half decent, not bad. The episode's got some good music in it by Jonathan Sloat, as I've pointed out a couple times. That's definitely a plus. I would say that Cold Reality is slightly better
I
for
agree.
sure than Warrior Eternal. It's a slight improvement. They're on their way somewhere. Their main concentration at this point should be work on the concentrate on the camera work here. You got to work on the fight scenes. That's looking a little iffy at points, but the story was quite engaging. I like how we're sort of seeing that camaraderie between Taja, Ciro, and Kung Lao. We're exploring that a bit more. The relationship with Raiden, that's all good. So conclusively, I'm going to give this episode, and again, I'm just being realistic here. This might shock some people as I'm a bit of a Conquest connoisseur, but I'm going to give it like a 6.5. It was fair to, it was fair to almost pretty good. I think Sub-Zero honestly, is what really kind of, gives this episode a little bit more oomph, than the Warrior Eternals.
Yeah. I agree.
And I don't know if it's just me, but for some strange reason, I find the Cold Reality episode, it feels almost too fast. To me, it feels like the episode's done like that. And I'm like, oh, that felt like an abnormally short one. But that was just me.
If you think about it, both episodes were about 45 minutes long, so I don't know if they were necessarily
you're
shorter.
correct. It's the same duration. It's to me, it just kind of has that feel. But nevertheless, it wasn't bad. It was okay. Again, I can kind of see potential. So I'm going to jump on to episode 4, Immortal Combat. This episode, the first thing, one of the first points actually, Justin, that we immediately pointed out was the camera work.
Yes.
It was so much better.
Yep. So much smoother and so much more clever with the angles.
Yes. Beautiful work there. So honestly, that ups it a bit already. Now, my complaint about this episode, it's kind of ironic, I guess, because the first one I said it felt too quick. The thing about Immortal Combat is that I think for the first half of the episode, yes, it had too much of a slow burn.
Mm-hmm.
Way too much of a slow burn. I'm like, come on, let's get going here. And I also mentioned that it only has 2 fight scenes. Already, you're getting some negative points there. I want a minimum of 3 fight scenes. If, let's just talk about the casual viewer. If you're sitting down to watch Mortal Kombat, you want to see some fights, right? That's kind of the main thing. And if you only have
Mortal
2,
Kombat is all about.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what Mortal Kombat's all about, exactly. So, that already gives it some negative points. But on the plus side, Omegus. And, as we've just expressed, that last scene with Raiden and Kung Lao, again, the camera work, the dialogue, the music, everything blends together so masterfully in that scene. It's just a standout moment. Of course, we get Kung Lao and Shang Tsung, meeting up again, and we have that half-decent fight. That was pretty neat. So, obviously, from the way I'm sort of emphasizing things here, it does kind of, I would say, get a slight one-up from Cold Reality. And so I'm going to give Immortal Combat a 7 out of 10. So it was good. It was good. I think they had some pretty magical moments here. So, that's my particular ratings for the 2 episodes. Now, Justin, we'll head over to you. What exactly is all your thoughts on Cold Reality and Immortal Combat?
Well, Cold Reality, if I had to rank it, I would say it's a 7 out of 10. I would give it a solid 7 out of 10. Yeah, I think it started off pretty strong with having Sub-Zero be featured, and the Lin Kuei Grandmaster basically, allowing Sub-Zero to take shape and to make Sub-Zero part of the initiation and develop the character progressively as the episode goes on, which I think is really cool and keeps the audience engaged and want to, keep watching, especially since, like you said, Sub-Zero is a very popular character alongside Scorpion. It's a proven fact that, Scorpion and Sub-Zero are like the icons of Mortal Kombat and what keep the audiences engaged so much in the series. So I do feel like that Sub-Zero's inclusion is very important. And then, the next scene when Kung Lao and Zero and Taja are sitting down at camp, just thinking about their future and not so certain about training warriors for Mortal Kombat because they're not sure it exists, and Kung Lao not being sure what he's doing. It just shows that they're all human and that they it's pretty normal to feel that way and that they share that in common. And so I felt like that particular scene was a nice touch and adds a little bit of emotion to the series.
Yes.
Yeah, that was nice.
J.J. Perry also did a great job as Sub-Zero.
Yes, he did. Yeah, J.J. Perry he's basically a chameleon. Or a jack of all trades. He could portray almost any Mortal Kombat character and get away with it, like he did with Scorpion in Annihilation. So, yeah, that was
Cyrax,
pretty... Yeah, and Cyrax. And so, I thought J.J. Perry stole the show in this episode. So that, to me, is what gives it a 7 out of 10. And, I love the nods to the Mortal Kombat movie during Sub-Zero's initiation scenes, like having the water thrown at him, just like Liu Kang did, except Sub-Zero yes. it and shouted it this time instead of letting it go through him. So, yes. that was a good twist on it. And then breaking through the ice, I thought that was pretty cool when he was encased in ice and then he broke out of it. I thought that was really, really neat. Yeah, we didn't really touch on
yes, I didn't get a screenshot of that, but it was a very cool scene.
Yeah, cool, literally. And it's, it gives you chills. It gave me chills. And, it's really nice to see. And,
so good.
Yep, and then more nods to the 95 movie shattering the Lin Kuei warriors and into a million pieces, just like in front of Shang Tsung in 1995. Flawless victory. So yeah, that was cool. And the ending where Raiden basically like intimidates Sub-Zero from the to get away from Kung Lao and Zero and Taja, even though they did fight for a little bit. I thought that scene with Raiden and his electricity in his eyes was really, really cool. It reminded me of Christopher Lambert in 1995. So yeah, that was great. And then the end scene where Raiden insists on taking the crystal and Kung Lao decides to keep it.
I love that.
Yeah, that was
scene
intense.
So much.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So yeah, to me, those points just make it that 7 out of 10 for me. Yeah, the -3 points came from the shoddy camera work and not really making out what the fights were supposed to be in the beginning. So yeah, I agree with you on that part. So yeah, 7 out of 10 for me. And then Immortal Combat,
very good.
Yeah, it definitely had a slow burn. I wasn't so sure about that, and it started off. It made me laugh at the beginning where Zero and Taja were like, "Excuse me, we have to take a bathroom break," and "Excuse me," and move on, and yeah, that was funny to me. And then the monk just carries on like nothing even happened,
Yeah.
Yep. And so when Vorpax basically poisoned the flask, that shocked me. I was like, uh-oh. Yeah, Master Wang dies right on the scene. And then
Master Wang!
Yep, Master Wang. And yeah, Ciro and Taja drink the poison as well. And yeah, so that was a bit of a slow burn. But it was an important part of the story, in my opinion. You know, it shows what that potion does and how Kung Lao is supposed to take action. So, yeah, and then the CG effects with Master Wang disintegrating from being a shriveled human to decomposing skeleton and then into ash. I thought that was pretty neat for its time. So
for its time.
Yeah, for its time. That gives me a plus there, I think. And then Kung Lao eventually discovers that Ciro and Taja took the potion, and he goes after them and discovers that they're aging. And yeah. So I thought that was an important part of the story. And then the fight scene with Shang Tsung towards the end, I really enjoyed that. And
there were some nice shots in there, actually. Once in a while, some nice angles from the camera. Sure.
I agree. They kept the camera work consistently in this episode. Yep. So, yeah, I really, really respected that. And so I would give Immortal Combat probably... It's less exciting to me than the Sub-Zero episode. So I would give it maybe a 6 out of 10. Just to be on...
Okay.
Yeah, just to be sure. I think it's a 6 out of 10.
Very good.
Yep.
Very good, man. It's always good to hear your thoughts. And, you know, that's another good thing about podcasts, right? I've said it once, I'll say it again. It's too bad Lou couldn't be here. It's always nice to just hear different people's different opinions and stuff like that. You know what I mean? We all think differently. So it's good to hear our points. But, combatants, that's our rundown of these particular episodes. Honestly, I am jumping off the walls with excitement for the next one because we have episode 5, The Essence, which is one of my favorite episodes in the entire series, followed by episode 6, Noob Saibot, which is also pretty darn good.
Yeah.
So that's going to be super fun. Let's hope the English monk will be able to sit down with us. But Justin, man, thanks for joining me today. It's been so much fun.
Yeah, I agree. I had a blast doing the episode reviews with you. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, man, and some good laughs. I mean, you can never go wrong.
Yep.
But yeah, to the audience, we hope you deeply enjoyed, and you will definitely have another one coming up in the future. If I'm not mistaken, I think there's still going to be like another 9 episodes. You know, I can't guarantee when it'll be released. It might be kind of spaced out, and we're going to have other content within there, I'm sure. But, we just love making content. It's always fun.
And we've got the Mortal Kombat 2 movie coming up very, very soon. And so we might be able to do a review episode before the next Conquest episode. There's always that possibility.
Maybe, possibly.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? I hope it doesn't take that many.
No, hopefully
many months
not that long.
But it's possible. We will see. But keep your eyes open. I hope you're all doing well out there. Until next time, you know how it goes. Have fun. Stay safe. And
wait. Hold on.
I'm going to give you the socials. Fuck, I did it again.
Yeah, I wanted to show everybody this. You can find this on my Etsy shop at Another Dimension 3D. And it's a Mortal Kombat Conquest plaque. And I believe, Toasty, you have one as well.
Yeah, I couldn't resist. I had to get one myself here. Absolutely gorgeous. It's a staple in my collection. It's front and center. Love it so much. Great work, Justin.
Thank you.
Very refined, very sleek. So Justin, where exactly can viewers find all your products? Is it on Etsy and so forth?
Yeah, it's on Etsy, Another Dimension 3D. And then if you want to find out what my future products are going to be and what the status of my store is and all of that. Of course, you can check on the store itself and see if it's on vacation or if I'm having any issues or whatever to temporarily close down the store. But yeah, it's a Etsy, Another Dimension 3D. And then if you want to find out just updates in general, you can find me on X at AN Dimension 3D. AN Dimension 3D. You can find me there. And I also have 2 Instagrams at just McCollum with an MK, and Another Dimension 3D on Etsy as well. I mean, on Instagram. So you can find me there. What about you, Toasty? What's your socials?
Definitely look this guy up. So my socials are at Toasty Studios. At Toasty Studios _. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram, but of course, give Kamidogo a follow as well. We're available on almost everything except for Facebook. So thank you very much for joining along for the ride. But you know how it goes. Have fun, stay safe, and
stay flawless.
Stay flawless.